All right, folks, make sure you got your toys with you. I've got a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a slam ball, a foam roller, and a band, and a great winning attitude as always. My station set up here. Make sure you can see me. All right, folks, howdy and happy Saturday. This is your daily dose of what's your excuse. It's Saturday morning. It's not even light out here yet. It's like still dark. I'm freezing cold. It's wet out here in the grass. I don't feel like working out, but I'm very excited to work out with you, and the accountability always gets me stoked. And so as always, we have no excuses and we get it done. Even if we're in the wet, muddy grass and it's 40 degrees out and we're in our mom's backyard. And I'm excited to get to it with you. So this is week 1 of a new program. And what we're going to do on this 4-week cycle is run through a list of stretching, dynamic stretches, mobility work, flexibility work. Remember, mobility refers to your joints' abilities to move through their range of motion. Flexibility refers to your muscles' ability to lengthen. So we'll work on some mobility and flexibility, which kind of go hand in hand most of the time. And so we'll run through a list of 5 different exercises or drills to address our movement capabilities. And we'll run through that twice. And then we'll run through our full body workout routine, which entails a little bit of strength and stamina, full body exercises. Once again, 5 exercises on that list, and we'll run through that 3 times. So we're going through the body work, mobility, flexibility stuff twice. No recovery or rest needed between that stuff. And then we'll run through our 5 exercises 3 times in a row. So we want to make sure that you are of the mindset that our movement enhancement work that precedes our more strenuous work is of the utmost importance. Remember, that's half of your physical capabilities, is just being able to move well, and having a foundation of requisite range of motion is just that. It's a prerequisite for even being able to work out. So we're really going back to foundational stuff, enhancing our movement, stuff you're familiar with. So we're going to start with some squat dislocates. So we're all familiar with squat dislocates. Grab your band. You know, I like to sprinkle in different variations, so stay with me on these and do everything exactly like I do. All right, a little bit of monkey see, monkey do. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Grab your band. Tilt you up here a little bit. All right. Take it with me now. Coming down into our squat. Knees open. Big breath, big circle. Stay down here. Butt to heels. Hamstrings to calves. Over and back up. I'm going to narrow my stance. Feet are very close together. Knees are flaring even wider now. Elevate your shoulder blades. Inhale, elevate those scaps. Push through your heels, stand up. Let's go wide stance. Wide stance. Knees open. See, we don't get as low now with this wide sumo type stance. Come back up. Go back to a medium stance. This time I'm going to do it around the world. To the left. To the right. Coming back up. Same stance, coming down. Now I'm reversing it, going to the right, going to the left, and back up. Let's get one more. This time I'm gonna bounce. We're bouncing, pulsing in the bottom. I like using the stretch reflex. Take this one slow. Slow with the dislocate, quick with the pulsing bounces. It's a good way to stretch at the bottom of your squat, is to bounce around a little bit. All right, we're done with those. Moving right along, we're going to hit a world's greatest stretch. This is an old school stretch, tried and true. Looks kind of like a yoga move. And what we're going to do, is take a long step, knee down, hand down on the ground, rotate up and reach, and push ourselves back up into place. Big step, other leg, knee down on the ground, hand down, rotate up and reach. Now that is the conventional way to do the world's greatest stretch. Let's add some flair into it. Big step, knee down, elbow across, reach up, elbow across your knee. Helps you twist and rotate your torso a little bit more. Other leg, knee down, elbow across, wrap around, reach up, and coming back up. Let's get one more on each side. Big step, knee down, hand down, rotate up and reach. I'm gonna make a big shoulder circle here. That feels good. Push back up, one more. Big step, knee down, shoulder circle one way, big shoulder circle the other way, and come back up. All right, great. So that's 6 total there. Now we're gonna go into some foam roll work. We always talk about foam rolling. I know you've got foam rollers, but do we actually use them? We're gonna make sure we are right now. We're gonna hit your quadriceps, the front of your thigh. So we're face down, elbows on the ground. Pull yourself forward, roll to your knees, push yourself backwards, roll all the way up to the very top of your thighs. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, shame on you. But if you don't have a foam roller, remember, you can always get creative. You can foam roll with a bottle. I've used Nalgene bottles. I've used 2-liter bottles, 2-liter pop bottles. I've used big, thick pieces of like cardboard tubes that didn't smash when I was rolling. Let's point our toes outward now. Point your toes outward. Externally rotate your hips. Now we're working on the inner quads a little bit more, the vastus medialis. Vastus medialis is also called the teardrop muscle because it's shaped like a teardrop and it makes you want to cry. Keep those toes open. Nice and slow. Make sure you're breathing with it. Try not to wince too much. Relax your face, breathe, and roll it out. All right, that's good. Hop on back up. Next, we're going to go into some lunge dislocates. Lunge dislocates. So, we've got your band. We're going through these quickly. Big step. You're going to lunge and descend forward all the way till that back knee comes to the ground. Dislocate over and back. And you see, we're not just lunging down, we're shifting forward. Push yourself back up into place. Let me give you a side view here. See? Big step. Shift forward, like you're doing the splits from front to back. The back leg should be much more extended. It's lengthened out. The front leg is much more flexed and bent. Let's add a little side bend into it. So whichever leg is in front, you side bend that direction. And what that does is help lengthen and open up the hip flexors in the trail leg. So if you do yourself a little side bend, get a little more hip flexors, and just like any side bend dislocate, you can try to tap into the lats, the serratus, the obliques, even a little bit of the TFL, which kind of ties into your hip flexors. Open those hips up. Last rep here. All right. Grab your foam roller. I know you want more foam rolling. We're going to hit your back. On down to the ground. Now, I'm going to put my hands behind my head. What I like to do here, elbows forward, protract your shoulder blades and round your back. But continue supporting your head. We don't want your neck to be flexing a lot when we're doing this. And what I'm doing is leaning to the right, foam rolling the right side of my back up and down, and then I shift and roll a little to the left, foam roll the left side. And once again, try to bring your elbows in front of you, protract your shoulder blades. That way we open up your rhomboids and your mid-trapezius, expose them a little more. And also shifting from right side to left side helps you hit the traps and rhomboids a little more. One more. All right, great. Feels pretty good. We're back at the top. We're gonna speed things up a little bit.
Are you recording that?
Yeah, I'm recording on my phone. I've got a separate recording. That way I can add the YouTube video to a private playlist that only you folks get to enjoy. All right, we're gonna go right back into our squat dislocates. Like I said, let's speed things up a little bit. We're gonna add the lateral flexion to the sides here. Deep squat, flex one way, bring it back the other way, stand up. Gonna get your heart rate up a little bit more this time. Flex the one way, reverse your direction, stand back up. Play with your stance if you want to. Keep reversing which direction you start with. You need to narrow your stance a little bit. You need to widen your stance a little bit. If you don't think you need to do anything, just play with it. Switch it around a little bit. A little wider, one way, and the other. Now I'm going to go super narrow. My heels are all the way together now. Every type of squat addresses joint mobility, last rep, from a different aspect, whether it challenges your ankles, your knees, your hips, your adductors, your calves, your hamstrings, a little differently. All right, now we're going into our world's greatest stretch. Once again, I'm going to speed these up a little bit. Take your big lunging step, hand on the ground. I'm going to do a big rainbow here. Big arm, rainbow, push back up. Big step, back knee is on the ground, hand down. Big arching swoop, big swooping arch. Push yourself back up. Now I'm going to go elbow across my knee. Chin it up, still going to get that swoop in. I like this. Get a little clickety clacks in the shoulder. Remember, if you got clickety clacking in your shoulders, it's not a bad thing. Think of it as that's helping you lubricate your joints. You're really getting fluids, gases, air moving around in your joints. It's actually a good thing, even if it sounds like a bad thing. All right, that's good. Feeling good, feeling great. We're gonna foam roll our quads now. Grab your foam roller. This time we're going toes pointing in. We're internally rotating, heels out, toes in. And we're doing that to focus on more of the outer sweeps of your quads. That's the outer portion of your quadriceps. It's called your vastus lateralis. Makes sense, right? Medialis, lateralis. Focus on the lateralis now. Toes in, heels out. It's kind of challenging to keep your heels out. You really have to internally rotate your hips. It's kind of an isometric exercise in and of itself for the internal hip rotators. Not something we want to go super fast on, but you see I'm rolling a little bit faster than last time because I'm a little more warmed up and I'm a little more excited. Couple more. Next we'll be going into our lunge dislocates. So get ready to grab your band. Let's hop on up. Let's switch it up this time. Let's do reverse lunge dislocates. Now I'm going to step forward, cut my head off here. Step back, big step. Lean forward. Let's add that side bend in. Which leg is in front? That's the leg you lean towards. That's the leg you flex and laterally flex your spine towards. Remember, get that back knee down on the ground. When we're focusing on mobility, we're focusing on mobility in the hips right now, primarily, and shoulders with the dislocates. But we're focusing on flexibility, primarily for the hamstrings in your front leg and the hip flexors in your rear leg. Now what I was saying is get that back knee on the ground. Don't let it hover above the ground because we're not trying to be active. It's not a strength exercise. We don't want to hold an isometric lunge in the air We want to allow our body weight to assist us in stretching and exposing what mobility restrictions we might have or flexibility. And that's good. All right. Grab your foam roller, hitting the back again. This time, we're going to emphasize more on leaning, rotating to the right or to the left. Again, hands behind your head, rotating to the left. I'm going to get a couple of reps up and down. Let's go 2 times, mid-back, all the way to your upper back. Roll the other way. Mid-back, up to the upper back, mid-back, to the upper back. Switch directions. Now rolling a bit more really helps you address your lats more, because the lats, big meatiest part of your lats, are more on your side trunk rather than right in the middle of your back by your spine. You should be able to feel a difference here from last time when we were more flat backed, hitting the mid back or the middle back. Oh yeah. I'll do one more on each side. Last time on my right side. All right, there we go. Nice. I'm getting a little bit warmed up. Shoulders are cold, but I've got the Power Ranger hat on from my elementary school days, so nothing can stop me now. Just like when I was at the bus stop wearing this in 2nd grade. Nothing can stop me when I got my Power Ranger hat on. We're going into our more exercise to-do list here. And not that you can't consider those stretches and flexibility, mobility work exercises. They all are exercises in some way, shape, or form. But now we're going to work into our more strength and stamina-based work. We're going to start, we've got 5 things. Remember, we're going 3 times through. We're going to start with some halo squats. I'm going to use my slam ball for this. You can use a dumbbell too, or a kettlebell, but I'm using a slam ball. And a halo squat is combining a squat and a halo. We're familiar with both of those. And the way we're going to execute these today, hold your weight in front of you like a goblet squat. You're going to come down, bottom of your squat. You're going to bust out a halo, and then switch directions. Halo, and stand up. Try to keep your feet flat. Squat straight down. Reverse your direction. See, I'm starting the opposite way this time. And back up. There's 2. We're going to go to 8. And remember, every 1 repetition is 2 halos. Now, you might be starting to figure out why we did the flexibility and mobility work that we did. Why we did foam rolling for our quads. Why we did squat dislocates. You think that some squat dislocates might help out a little bit with the execution of these halo squats? Could be. I think so. You can imagine what these might feel like had we not done some squat dislocates, some lunge dislocates, foam rolling our lats, our quads. Number 7 for me. Last rep. And I'm going to come up to you and mute you real quick, because I forgot to do that. Okay. Nice. Breathe it out a little bit. So I'm not going to give you much breathing room, because next we are excited to go into our dumbbell T raises. You're going to need a hand weight for this. I've got a 10-pounder here. This is a side plank exercise. We're going to do these on our elbows, and a T raise is, in my opinion, one of the hardest plank variations you can do. So we're already doing a side plank, which is an advanced plank variation. Then we're adding more balance, stability, and strength into it. So I've got my left elbow down, right hand on the weight. Doesn't matter if you're facing the same direction as me. We're going to push into your elbow, lift your hips up, The weight's on the ground, and now we're going to lift the weight up in the air, reach up, stack the dumbbell above your shoulder, elbow, bring it back down, set it on the ground. Rotate the shoulders, reach up, hold it there, get you a big pause rep at the top. All right, keep those hips up, push into your elbow, hold up, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, and back down. There's 3. We're going to do 6 of these. Now, every time you lift the weight up, press down into your elbow. Then push down to pull up. Isn't that a familiar theme that we cue ourselves with on many, many exercises? If you're pulling one direction, you're pushing the other direction. There's 6. And flip around for you. All right. We've got opposing forces. Hips up, elbow down, rotate, lift. And you see my shoulders rotate downward when I put the weight down. They rotate and open when I lift the weight up. It's starting to rain on me now, which adds to our daily episode of What's Your Excuse? But if it was 5 degrees colder, it would be snow. So can't really tell you which one I prefer right now. Reach up and hold it. It's number 5 right here. And on our last one, let's hold it up a little bit longer. Keep hips up, elbow down, weight up, and control it down. Remember to put your weight back down under control. If you just let the weight free fall down, you did 5.5 reps. You didn't do 6 reps. Okay, take a couple breaths. Next, we will be going into our band pull lunges. So you're gonna need a band. I've got a band that's too big for this exercise, but so be it. That's what happens when you're traveling and you're very limited on space. So we're going to combine forward lunges with band pull aparts for the upper and back for our good posture muscles. So we're going to start with a supinated grip, and we're going to start with our left leg. So band up in front of you, step forward with the left leg, come down, do a band pull, push yourself back up into place. Same leg, left leg. We're going left leg for 10 reps. Now, we do not rest our back knee on the ground anymore. We let that knee hover because this is now a strength exercise. We're not doing this for mobility, even though it can still help with mobility. We're supporting our body weight with our quads, glutes, and hamstrings. There's 8, we're going to 10. One more. All right, so now for our right leg, we're gonna flip your palms over, pronated grip. Let's get right into it. Right leg step, overhand grip, palms facing down now. Now, although our shoulders are pre-fatigued from the supinated band pulls, you can tell that an overhand grip is a little bit stronger. Allows us to keep doing 10 more face pulls with our right leg. We put this stronger variation second for a reason, so that we can keep executing this exercise as well as possible. If we put the weaker exercise second, the weaker variation might fall apart a little bit. We don't fall apart, we stay strong. Couple more. Whew. Okay, there we go. Nice work. Let's set that down. Whew. So, next up, we're going into, again, I'm not giving you much rest. We're going into some split squat. I call these 10 and 2s. It's kind of like a steering wheel. 10 and 2. I'm going to use a kettlebell for this. This is not a Bulgarian split squat. This is a conventional split squat. Move this back a little bit, which simply means you're going to start your weight on the ground, whatever you're using. You're going to step back, full pace. A split squat means your rear foot's not elevated. We take a big step like we would a lunge, And now I've got this kettlebell on the ground positioned at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock from my foot. If my foot's the middle of the clock, kettlebell is at 10 o'clock, about a foot away from it. So we're gonna come down into your split squat. We're gonna take it opposite hand from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Now it's over here. Imagine that. 2 o'clock, back to 10 o'clock. And push yourself back up. All right, we got a feel for it. Same leg, right leg again. Coming down from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. See, we're holding an isometric split squat right now. 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Push yourself back up and in. Now there's a kicker here. We'll do one more the same. Come on down. This is just practice here. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, back to 10 o'clock. Push yourself back up. We're really doing lunges right now because we're pushing ourselves back up. Now it's going to be a real split squat. Come back, right leg. Stay down here. 2 o'clock, we're not going back up. 10 o'clock. Stay down here. 2 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Now we're doing a split squat. It's a lunge when we keep pushing ourselves back up into place. Stay down here. That's 2 reps back and forth. We're going to get 2 more. 2 more each direction. Stay down here. No, it's tough. I like bending and twisting. It helps with knee and ankle and hip stability. And now we can come up. Ooh. All right. That's a toughie. Now we'll switch to the left leg. To get used to it, we'll do what we started with 3 reps where we stand back up. We're starting at 2 o'clock now, as you can see. 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Push yourself back up. Your kettlebell or whatever starts on the inside of your leg. Bring it out, twist, bring it back in, push yourself up. One more like that. Down, keep that hover, knee is off the ground. 3. Now we're going to get 5 in a row, maintaining our isometric split squat. Come on down. Now's when it gets real. Back and forth. That's 1. Back and forth. That's 2. We're going to 5. 3. Oh, it burns. It's a deep burn. 4. And 5. Whew. Those suck a little bit. But you know what doesn't suck is improving your ankle, knee, and hip stability. That's some injury prevention work right there. That's really why we do those 10 and 2 variations. All right, so next thing we're going into, looks like we've got some, oh boy, some reverse lunge band presses. As you can see, lots of lunge stuff. That's because, well, honestly, because lunges never get old. And there's a million lunge variations. You never run out of lunge variations. So we've got the band wrapped around your body, like when we do push-ups with the band. But now we're doing reverse lunge band presses or chest presses. So we're going to step back with the right leg, descend into our reverse lunge, press, come back up, same leg, 10 reps. We're stepping back with the right leg, which means we're doing this set for your left leg. The front leg is our load-bearing leg. So make sure we tilt and lean forward while we do our press, our punch. Because we don't want to step back and lean back onto the back leg. We want to step back but lean forward onto the front leg. Oh yeah, feels good. Feels good, looks good. One more. That's 10 for me. All right, going right into our second leg. Here we go. Step back with the left, lean forward onto the right. Now, this is not an exercise that if you've got a set of bands, you're not using your lightest band on this. Chest press is a compound exercise, which means it's strong enough, and you're strong enough because I know you are, to use a medium or even a medium large band. I've got a large band here that will ensure that this set of 20 presses is very challenging to get through. It's already getting hard for me to lock my arms out. Triceps are becoming the limiting factor here. One more rep for me. All right, get your 10 in. Get your 10. I'm gonna grab a quick sip. and then we're running right through it again. We're gonna speed things up. Get ready to speed it up. All right, here we go. Right back into it. From the top, we've got our halo squats. Pretty much double time on this round. Grab your weight, come on down, squat, halo one way, halo the other way, stand up, squat, reverse your direction, stand up, squat, halo, try to keep your feet flat, stand up, open the elbows up, big elbow circles, big shoulder circles, and mobilize your scapulas. Move those scapulas. Scaps are not locked in place. They are floating joints, and right now they are floating for sure. I wanted to go to 8. I lost count, but I think we got one more. All right, nicely done. All right, we're going into our dumbbell T raises. So let's go and hit the deck. I'm going to reverse directions. Start on my right side this time. Weights on the ground. Lift the hips up. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. We did 6 last time. Let's do 8 this time. Well, we're going a little faster. Keep those hips up. Push your elbow down. Push into the ground. Rotate your shoulders. Stack your shoulders. Press up to the sky. Switch sides. Ooh, Nelly. All right. Here we go. Elbows down, hips up. Lift and stack. Oop, almost fell over. Lift and stack. Press down, pull up. Press down, hips up. Punch the sky. Stack it and punch it. Get your 8 reps in. Oh yeah. Oh, feels good. Feels good. We're going into our band pull lunges. So, let's supinate your grip to start. This time, left leg first. Forward lunges, left leg first. Speed them up. There's 1. Step, descend, pull, push yourself back up. Step, load the front leg, push yourself up. Load the quads, and push. A forward lunge where you push yourself back up into place is a very quad dominant lunge because you push yourself back into place. You're essentially doing a leg extension. Think about that. Feel about that leg extension with the front quads. All right, next up, we're going to be going into our pronated overhand grip. 10 reps on the right leg. Oh, and my shoulders are so zapped that after each band pull, and I push back up, I'm bringing my arms down. You can see that. And then I'm bringing it back up when I execute the band pull. That's fine. I wouldn't do that if I didn't have to right now. Right now, my shoulders are toast. Toast because I've got the intensity where I want it on these exercises. You think my shoulders might be toast from doing the T raises, the plank T raises beforehand? Could be. Think about it. Think about the accumulation of fatigue from exercise to exercise. It's always something we're keeping in mind in a workout. It's always something we're intentional about. Okay, we're going into our split squat 10 and 2s. Split squat 10 and 2s. This time we're holding the isometric the whole time. All right. I'm going to start with my left leg. Big step, left leg. which means the kettlebell's on the inside at 2, and that's at 10. And that's at 2, that's at 10. That's at 2, that's 2 reps. And we're going to 8. Stay down here, 3 reps. Get that back knee closer to the ground. I know your back knee can be a little closer to the ground. 5. Feels like forever. There's 6. That's what holding isometric lunge will do to you. Slows time down. I think that was 7. I got behind. Okay, oh man, that's a toughie. That's a toughie but a goodie. All right, time to switch legs. Right into it now. We're only halfway done with the set. Rotate, set it down. Rotate, set it down. Now don't just move your arms. Twist your shoulders. Twist your shoulders towards the weight. Breathe. You got better things to think about than how tired you are and how much it burns. Think about your breath. Think about your rotation. Think about your balance. Think about your stability. If you want to think about the burn, fine. Make it harder on yourself. Oh yeah. Ooh, Nelly. Oh, that's a goodie. That is a goodie. We're going right back into our band press reverse lunges. Now, I realized I said, well, let's start with stepping back with the left leg for 10 reps. Always step back with the left leg for this first set. In the beginning of this workout, I said we were running through these exercises 3 times. I meant 2 times. I'm used to saying 3 times for everything, but we're running 2 times through the list of dynamic stretches and 2 times through the list of full body strength and stamina work. And I know you might want to do it 3 times, but this is week 1. And remember that every week we're going to progress a little bit, switching legs, and weeks 2, 3, and 4 we'll still run through these things 2 times, 2 rounds, but it's going to get harder and harder in some way, shape, or form. Be it more volume, more intensity, harder variations, or harder sequence of events, amongst other things. Oh, I'm really getting the chest now. I like that. Whew. For me, with this big old band, the chest press is actually the harder component of these. Nice. We made pretty good time. It's a couple minutes early today. But remember, we've got, falling down. We've got more work in store for us on weeks 2, 3, and 4. So remember these exercises. Practice them again. I'll share this private YouTube video with you ASAP after I upload it. Make sure you get this workout again once or twice more before next Saturday, because we need the repetition, the consistency, and the practice. That's what this is. This is exercise, this fitness practice. We're not just fitnessing, we're practicing our fitness, because fitness is a skill. And just like anything that's worth skilling, it's lifelong skill that you can always improve in some way, shape, or form, or like in my case, many ways, shapes, and forms. So I'll see you next practice, and get 2 more practices in before our next practice. I'm good and warm now. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.